This is a demonstration of the Logan system for doing sequential queries on event-driven data. We're going to walk through the scenario of the event logs for an online store. We're interested in the checkout event, where users are checking out of the store, because of course that's where we make our money. Let's start off by looking at what happens before checkout. We see there's a distribution of events. Add to cart and enter coupon code and view category. We might also look at the events that happen after checkout, which we'd mostly expect to be app close. Interestingly, there's also an add to cart here. Let's take a look, because we wouldn't expect people to be adding stuff to the cart after they're done. We can flip over to the parameter product and find out that people who are adding something to the cart are adding a free gift. Okay, that makes sense. It turns out that our site offers free gifts when you check out. Let's take a look at something a little subtler. Let's get to look at what causes people to add things to their cart. After all, that's how they're going to be checking out. We'll start by doing this query and noticing that before add to cart is almost exclusively view product. So we'll constrain our query to look at times when a user has done a view product followed by an add to cart. The Sankey diagram on top shows that 87% of users hit view product, only 22 eventually will hit add to cart. Of those who hit view product, we see that there's those who search, and then there's also those who view category. This is kind of the distinction between browsers and searchers, and we'd like to learn a little bit more about how these two different populations go. We see that there's many more browsers than searchers. So let's pull them off as separate cohorts. There's 78% of our users were browsers, and searchers, just 18%. As we pull these cohorts into the Venn diagram, we see that there's no overlap between these two sets of sessions, so we really have found two different types of behavior. Let's go investigate these two cohorts a little further to understand just how they interact with the data. We look at their actions, and those seem reasonably similar to each other. They carry out most of the same sorts of actions. We can look at whether they differ on product, and we'll see that in fact they seem to have pretty similar product distributions too. Then we look at referral, where they came to our website from. Now this is kind of remarkable. People who came directly to our website almost exclusively searched, while people who came from some of these referrers tended to browse instead. That's an interesting enough difference that we might want to bring that to our usability teams or our marketing ones.